This story was never meant to be told. A hidden letter from 1776 reveals a truth America buried. Watch till the end. What if I told you that American freedom was never just written with ink, but sealed with a secret so dangerous, it was meant to be forgotten forever? In 1776, the world remembers the Declaration of Independence. But history does not remember the final letter, because it was never meant to be found. Tonight, you will hear the story America buried. This is the last letter of liberty. Chapter 1. The night history changed. Philadelphia, July 1776. The air smelled of ink, sweat, and fear. Inside a locked chamber, a group of men whispered not of freedom, but of survival. Outside, British cannons waited. Inside, a young courier named Elias Crow, just 19 years old, stood silently near the door. He was invisible, and that was exactly why they chose him. A folded letter was placed into his trembling hands. Not the Declaration, something else. A final warning. If this letter is ever read aloud, the revolution survives. If it is destroyed, America dies before it's born. Elias didn't ask questions. History rarely remembers messengers, but sometimes they carry the truth. Chapter 2. A letter never meant to survive. Elias rode through the night. The letter burned against his chest like fire. It spoke of a hidden betrayal within the revolution, a foreign power secretly backing the British, and a plan to assassinate key leaders before independence could be declared. The letter named names that, if revealed, would shatter the rebellion from within. At dawn, Elias reached a small tavern in Virginia. That's when everything went wrong. A single gunshot echoed. Elias collapsed. The letter vanished, and with it, the truth. Chapter 3. The Forgotten Bloodline. 240 years later, New York City. Present day, Ethan Crow, a struggling historian, was about to lose his job until an old wooden box arrived. No return address, just a symbol carved on the lid. Inside, a blood-stained journal, a broken compass, and one sentence written in faded ink. The letter still exists. Finish what I couldn't. Ethan laughed, until he saw the name, Elias Crow. His ancestor. History wasn't finished with his family. Chapter 4. America's Hidden Foundation. The journal revealed a truth no textbook ever taught. The revolution was nearly destroyed from within. Freedom wasn't unanimous. It was contested, bought, sold. The Founding Fathers weren't united heroes. They were men walking a razor's edge between courage and collapse. And the final letter? It was hidden inside something no one would ever question. A symbol of freedom itself. Ethan realized where it was. Not a place. A monument. Chapter 5. The Final Revelation. Midnight. A national landmark. Ethan traced the carving, pressed the compass into a hidden groove. Stone shifted, and there it was, the last letter of liberty, not ink, but code. A warning to future generations. Freedom does not survive applause. It survives sacrifice. When comfort becomes more important than truth, liberty dies quietly. Ethan understood. This letter wasn't meant for 1776. It was meant for now. Chapter 6. The Choice. If Ethan released it, chaos would follow. If he buried it again, history would repeat itself. The letter didn't demand exposure. It demanded responsibility. So Ethan did the only thing that mattered. He told the story, not as fact, but as a reminder. History isn't written by heroes. It's carried by those brave enough to remember. The question isn't whether the letter existed. The question is if you would recognize it. when history places it in your hands. If this story made you question history, then Pop Vibe Studio is where forgotten stories come alive. Like, subscribe, and remember, some truths don't need proof. They need courage. History doesn't end when the story stops. It waits for someone to ask the next question. If you want the full story of the last letter of liberty, every secret, every betrayal, every hidden truth, then let us know. Comment below. Unseal the letter. Your comment decides what comes next, because some stories aren't finished until you ask for them.